Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's almost like you are consciously programming yourself in terms of your relationship with fear, through the medium of your perception of life after death, because you've identified that our perception of life after death is fundamental to our relationship with fear.
Wow, you know what? I've not heard it return back to me in that way. I mean, as you're saying that, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what's going on. I just didn't necessarily frame it in that way, but to some degree, I I believe my relationship with death is to and when we say the word death, I mean transition. So just I mean, don't take the exact words. The transition is that I'm really navigating those fears, those insecurities, those anxieties that I have in my life. And, now I happen to, and for everyone listening, on some level, I'm blessed with a life where I do spend a lot of time by myself. I'm not distracted by doing. My life has been structured where I'm in the being of it, and most predominant being is in my emotions. And that I'm going to tell you something, Catherine, that's both a blessing and a curse. Um, I believe that, within the doing of life, we are distracted from our feelings when we're actively doing something. Maybe it's work. And not to suggest you're not experiencing your feelings, but not from a state of awareness, from a state of experience. But if you go to work and you're dealing with a problem at work and you're doing this and you're doing that, you're just not in you're not in your emotions and feelings to the same degree. And my life isn't structured that way. So I spend an inordinate amount of time, and that's a blessing and a curse. And because of that, I'm faced with more of the see, I was about to say unhealthy or bad, but it's not unhealthy or bad. Fear is not unhealthy or bad. Anxiety is not unhealthy or bad. It's just an emotion. It's just a feeling. I chose a period of time in my life to be really attuned to those feelings. And again, I sometimes look at myself as Woody Allen or Larry David, those two actors when they're on screen, because I almost seem neurotic in this. But I believe if everyone was given the chance to be in this space, we would all be, it's almost humorous how neurotic most human beings are. Kind of coming back to the idea when I said earlier, we're laughing, in the soul tribe. You sit together going, oh my God, you did that. That's so funny. You beat yourself up, you shamed yourself, you self-crucified, you flogged yourself for 10 years straight. Oh my God, that was so funny. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But you chose that kind of thing. So from that perception, it's rather fascinating. And again, and I say blessing or curse only in that it depends on what lens you want to look at it. Some people listening to this go, oh my God, I wouldn't want to live life the way this person does. And yet this is what I've chosen from a spiritual perspective. And I'm like, I have to laugh at myself at sometimes the amount of pain I will inflict upon myself, you know? And then I come back to it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Fantastic.